live in a long, long time. Normally I do my videos and put something together and post it. But hey, you're live with your boy, former New York Jet wide receiver, UVA alumni, Tavon Mason, um, top 25 of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers inaugural Culture Academy back in 2024. Man, I'm switching gears a little bit because I normally always talk about football because that's kind of like my avenue. Playing Little League, playing in high school, playing in college, and short stint in NFL and arena football. Um, also track. But man, I was sitting there watching the NBA All Star Weekend and just seeing how the All Star weekends have become kind of watered down and more commercial than it was in the past. When I'll be scrolling through, doing my scrolling like a lot of people do through the YouTube shorts, a lot of the old games pop up. One in particular, got having the chance to see Michael Jordan and Shaq on the same All Star team, and just how aggressive they took it, and playing. And really like there was that time that okay, I'm getting to play with guys that I normally play against, and you kind of like create this super team to go against another super team, the East versus the West. The same way Kobe was going at LeBron. LeBron took it as, hey, this All-Star Weekend commercial, hype it up. We always knew that with Kobe Bryant, that mama mentality that he came with, that when I step up on this court, man, it's do or die, especially when we're in this kind of midst. But looking at the past few years at the All-Star games, high scoring games in the 150s, almost 200, little to no defense. And I know nobody wanted to get hurt. They're just doing it because some they got voted for and they want to do it for the fans and they're making all this money. But it's just crazy seeing how over the years the All-Star game has kind of gotten a lot of watered down, and it doesn't have that pop to it like it used to. I think the 3-point contest always holds suit because of who you got in that 3-point contest. But I'm gonna get to that in a little bit. But always holds suit. Ash, what's going on? Thanks for popping in. But yeah, like, as my title say, y'all remember the old slogan that NBA action is fantastic. But I wanted to just say, is it fantastic? I don't know if y'all been watching. Adam Silver has been putting up, by any means, he's gonna save the NBA. Emma, Lauren, what's up, y'all? Like, I'm gonna save the NBA. We gotta save the NBA. To me, that's bad when a professional sports league, their commissioner had to say by any means I'm going to save this league. The other thing that's been kind of like crazy to me, and I got it on my list, I always got to list it right down so I don't forget when I'm in mid-sentence, but Adam Silver had to find 2 teams for resting players, but didn't they just mention something, did we just mention something like a few years ago? They talked about the whole load management thing, and that's good to save the players. And yeah, when I heard you say NBA, I thought LeBron. Didn't they say something about load management? It's not a problem. We got to rest the players. The last time I checked, NBA, that's all they do. NFL, that's all they do. MLB, that's all they do. Play that sport. So load management for what? Especially with crazy ticket prices, and you got people looking to see that favorite player when they come to town or they go to see them, they're not playing. So to get to the point where teams have to be fined for resting players during the course of the game. If y'all haven't saw it, Utah Jazz fined $500,000. Indiana Pacers was fined $100,000. That's crazy that we in an era now where teams are getting fined for resting their players because this whole load management thing. Like, that's crazy that you have to have that as a rule in the professional league in order to get those star players to play. So when fans like me, because I like going to basketball games, I know some of y'all probably going to the basketball games, that they actually have to find these teams to put their guys in. But again, No, you're there to play basketball. You're getting 100 million, 200 million, some people $300 million to play basketball. And I take it on the football side of what Joe Burrow said about, they're getting paid millions of dollars to play a kid sport. So, the things we like to do in the PE or we like to do outside, we got these guys that's what they're specializing in. Because I can't play no basketball. I don't know about y'all, but they specialize in that particular skill, that sport, and you have to get fined by your commissioner for taking a break. All right, but I did like the NBA All-Star game. I like how the setup was, but what I think they should have kind of came up with two world teams. I think we got enough players in the NBA where they could have made two world teams. That way it could be an even. We all knew, and I knew, if the Stripes had made it past the World Stars, that the All-Stars, them young cats, was going to run them out the building, and they sure enough ran them out the building. Shout out to Anthony Edwards. I think combined over 30 points in the games that he played during that All-Star Challenge. And I like how that one went because it had got to the point where it was watered down, where guys shooting from the logo, non-contested shots, to now that it's basically like a King of the Hill, King of the Court type situation where you win, you stay on. If you don't, you take off. Kind of like the one when I got next. If any of y'all out there that played pickup basketball, my 5 is next. So I like that format, but if they can find a way to add another world team, that way it's not those guys stuck out and you got two USA teams. But I did like that format, man, and just watching those young guys run. A big one to me was Kawhi Leonard in the world game versus the world, the Strike versus the world, is how he was just killing those 3-pointers. Good to see him off the bench. And not hurt like he was. But one thing that stuck out to me, if y'all didn't catch on to this, and it was crazy, I didn't know this actually until today. I knew that Dame Lillard had tore his Achilles last season, but man, this dude haven't played this entire season. He hasn't played for a whole year, a whole season, and he gets invited to shoot in the 3-point contest and compete in the 3-point contest. And dude has 27 the first one, 29 the second one, just blowing out doors, and wound up winning the 3-point contest after sitting out for a whole entire season with a torn Achilles rehabbing, and he comes back Saturday night and wins the 3-point contest. So when those guys do retire, him, the Steph Curry, those type of guys do retire, where will this league be far as All-Star wise? All-Star game wise, because we got some guys. You got Maxey. You got some guys. Of course, you got Anthony Edwards. You got a lot of guys that's going to allow this league to continue to blossom, and they considering adding 2 more teams. But where is it at with the watering? For Adam Silver to have to say, hey, we got to do something so it can stop tanking. That's bad news for the NBA if they talk about tanking. And I think that's what goes with that argument about the back in the day ball to today's ball. You know what I mean? You don't have that aggressiveness. You don't have the guys that are taking it personal. Everybody's friendly for the most part, except for Draymond Green, that goes out on the court and take it personal each game until after the game. So that competition is not there anymore. I know the rules have changed. You can't hand check no more. You know what I mean? You can barely touch people without a foul. You know what I mean? So where would that go to in the future? But again, it just kind of like stunned me with the whole resting of the players. Now, you getting fined. That's kind of like the NIL stuff. You've seen a lot of coaches in college that are fining their guys when they're late for meetings, they're missing practices, and it's bad that you got to tell a college student, okay, I'm gonna fine you $2,500, $500 if you miss a practice. You know what I mean? So now we're in the era of the money. The money does the walking and the talking for a lot of people. So is it going to get to a point where coaches are going to be obsolete? You're not going to need coaches. You probably have like a TV screen on the sideline and just say run a play and you let these guys just basically play organized pickup ball. It's crazy to me. But I just wanted to talk about that real quick. like I said, the NBA is not my lane, but sitting back and watching the well versed, it's just crazy that you're at the point now where you got a rule in that you'll get fined if you rest players. That's super insane. But I think they should stick with that All-Star game format. We're having the stars, the stripes, the world. I wish they can find a way to split up the world, because I know we're going to have more and more foreign players that come into the NBA to have two of the world teams. That way they can play that round robin, which makes more competition, because in order to stay in, you got to win. You know what I mean? We saw that on Saturday. But again, this is your boy Tavon Mason with the Rap Session. A different angle with the NBA. You know what I mean? Like I said, NFL is my thing, but the NBA, and I know Lauren said something about LeBron. LeBron in his 23rd season, and yeah, he's not looking apart. I mean, the man's been playing for a long time, 23 years of playing basketball. Will this be his last season, on the floor, or will he take it back home? I know they was talking about that as well, as far as will he close out back at home, you know what I mean, with his career, just to see where that go at. I mean, I don't know what y'all think about that. Will he take that on? But that's something else to think about. Will he try to go back to Cleveland to close it out, farewell tour, salute, I'm out of here, and then pass it on and be done? Will the Lakers be done with LeBron after this to move on, so they can start looking towards the future to see what else can bring? Yeah, man, that man came out the other day at his age, dropping a triple-double is amazing. But again, they playing over 80 games. You ain't gonna be able to run that run for too long, for all the time, always win. So again, hey, this your boy Tavon Mason. I'm about to go ahead and get up out of this live. I thank y'all for tuning in. Peace.